Today's top story, we delve into the art world. Take one picture 2022 Orazio Gentileschi, The Finding of Moses, early 1630s. This summer, the National Gallery will showcase artworks by primary school children from across the UK in the 27th annual Take One Picture exhibition. Each year the gallery invites primary schools nationwide to focus on one of its paintings and respond creatively to its themes and subject matter, historical context, or composition. The program aims to put art at the center of children's learning across the curriculum, inspiring a lifelong connection with artists' work, museums and galleries. This year the National Gallery has selected The Finding of Moses, early 1630s, by Orazio Gentileschi as the source of inspiration. The painting was recently acquired by the gallery in 2019. This year's Take One Picture exhibition showcases children's creative responses to the painting, ranging from woven baskets and handmade jewelry, to painted landscapes and animals of the Nile. Their projects make links between art and subjects across the curriculum such as history, geography and religious studies. In the vast canvas of The Finding of Moses, Gentileschi depicts the Old Testament story by the same name, Exodus 2:2-10. When Pharaoh decreed that all newborn sons of Hebrews should be killed, the infant Moses was placed by his mother in a basket and hidden in bulrushes to ensure his safety. Moses' sister Miriam hid nearby and watched as Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe in the river Nile, accompanied by her ladies-in-waiting. They discovered the basket and infant inside, and the Pharaoh's daughter proposed to take him back to the palace. Miriam came forward and offered to find someone to help nurse the baby, fetching her own, and Moses' mother. 9 female figures crowd around the basket at the heart of the composition. The woman in the magnificent yellow gown embellished with jewels is Pharaoh's daughter. The figure kneeling respectfully at lower left is Moses' sister Miriam, and beside her, dressed in red and white, is her mother. The Finding of Moses was commissioned by Charles I of England for his wife, Queen Henrietta Maria, almost certainly to celebrate the birth of their son and heir, the future Charles II. It originally hung in the Queen's House at Greenwich, on the banks of the River Thames. Some schools were inspired by Moses' journey, thinking about who he might meet along the way, and hoping that he would be safe and warm. Others wondered what this experience would have been like for his mother, having to give up her child and not knowing if she might see him again. Many projects were inspired by the women's poses, leading to conversations around storytelling through gesture. Children thought about different types of non-verbal communication and learned about symbols and sign language. Gentileschi's interpretation of this story led classes to wonder what the scene might look like if set in a different time or location. Some children acted as models to create modern versions of the painting, and others explored their own local landscapes. Together with Anthony van Dyck and Peter Paul Rubens, Gentileschi was one of the leading international painters who came to work at the court of Charles I in England. The paintings he produced in London are characterized by their rich coloring, skillful rendering of luxurious fabrics and courtly elegance. Of all his royal commissions, The Finding of Moses is the most ambitious and displays unparalleled refinement and beauty. One of only a handful of paintings Gentileschi produced in London, The Finding of Moses once hung in the Great Hall of the Queen's House at Greenwich. There are 30 schools represented in this year's display. Year 6 students at Coombe Street Nicholas CEVA Primary School, Somerset, visited a local park and discovered a basket that teachers had hidden by the river's edge with a baby doll inside. They asked why someone would give up the baby and started to talk about different instances when families have protected the children by sending them away. We learned about the finding of Moses, which is a picture that tells us that a baby got put in a river for safety. The Pharaoh's daughter found the baby and took him to safety from the Pharaoh who wanted to kill all the baby boys. Mothers would send a child away because of natural disasters or wars like WW1 or 2, so they could have a better life at another place. Children in reception class at John Bunyan Primary School, Essex, were concerned that baby Moses might get eaten by a shark in the Nile. This led them to investigate what kind of animals live in the river, and to make their own versions from cardboard and papier-mâché. They then made a fabric river and wore their creations to reenact a scene by the Nile, exploring animal movements and sounds. The papier-mâché was easy. We learned to dip it in glue, squeeze it and then slap it on. We liked painting the crocodile. We made green with yellow and blue. There are sharks in the sea but not in the Nile. Year 3 students at St. Robert's First School, Northumberland, had lots of questions about the bare feet that they could see in the painting. Some of the feet were dirty, so they must have left footprints in the mud. They decided to make footprints in paint to see how that might have felt and photographed their feet using a pads. A local podiatrist helped them to find out more about feet and make slipper casts and plasticine models. We wanted to know about why the ladies had dirty feet. A podiatrist taught us about how our feet move and why they make footprints. When we made the foot casts, the plaster bandages felt surprisingly warm and it was fun to make our feet with the soft plasticine. Karen Esley, head of learning and national programs at the National Gallery, said, by putting a painting at the center of their learning, the children have discovered so much, not only about the painting itself, but also about a wide range of subjects including history, geography and storytelling. Their curiosity and creativity offer great insight with their interpretations enriching the artwork for all of us. Thank you to all the wonderful teachers and children who have taken part and inspired us this year.